talking about getting out there and earning income, and whether you're coming out of high school or you're in high school or you got that first job, can we talk about the B word? Budget?
Which one? Oh,
budget.
Scared me.
That was the teaser. But I grew up in a household where we didn't talk about money, right? And when I got out of school and I worked for a bank at that time, and all of a sudden I had bills and I had an electric bill and rent and this and that. Budget was a brand new thing to me. We talked about it. I think I was probably one of the last groups in Washington State to have like a home economics class. It was removed in my 8th grade year, right?
Yeah.
So we talked briefly about budgeting and checkbook balancing in that class in 8th grade. But then fast forward another 4 years, I get out of high school and I don't know what a budget is, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden, how do we help our young folks understand that there's power in budgeting? It's kind of like a money plan, is it not?
Can I add to your question before Dory answers? It's different now too, right? Because we don't have so much cash and we don't really have checkbooks. So kids aren't even seeing us write checkbooks or spend the time at the dining room table balancing, right? Life has changed. Yeah. So yes, how do we show budgeting now?
Well, that's why I really think that's why the first thing I talked about when we started this conversation was goal setting, because essentially a budget is a written goal.
Yeah.
And I am a huge believer, because I've seen the power of this in my own life, starting at a very early age, that if you start setting goals, if you write, I believe you should write them down. I might even have, I do. I'm not going to show you what they were, but in my desk drawer, this is my list of life goals that I wrote out when I was 18 years old.
Oh, no way.
You got to frame that. That's amazing.
That is awesome.
The first one, and remember, I was making $250 an hour at the time. The first thing, we will have a net worth of $400,000 by October 2nd, 1991, which was my 30th birthday. Now, did I meet that goal? No. But was I striving toward that goal? Yes. And by the way, I didn't even come close to making that goal. But it was a goal. It was
a big goal.
I forgot that I had that on my desk drawer. That's kind of fun that as we bring this up, that I had that right in front of me here. But a budget, Keith, is essentially a goal. And if you write down your goals, like I did, if you read them periodically, if you internalize them, we have a big chunk of our brains that we don't use. But subconsciously, your brain will, if you keep reinforcing what your goals are, what you want to achieve, your brain will find maybe even subconscious paths to help you reach and achieve those goals. So, a lot of the things on my list were just lifetime experiences, like, jumping out of an airplane and, bungee jumping and driving a NASCAR and all of which I've done because I knew at a very early age that I wanted to do all these wonderful, exciting things.
So, budget's just a blasé word anymore. It's not.
Well, my response to that is that, it's something that we adults have to do so we can stay on track financially. And to our kids, it sounds kind of wonky. But, when I was talking about my goal setting list, and, it was really fun to sit down and think of all these things I wanted to do in life. And I started writing them down, and it was my goals list. And that's what I would do with our kids is, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to achieve? And I don't like using the word dreams, because dreams is what happens when we're asleep, and goals are what we make happen when we're awake. And
I love that.
Yeah, but I like talking about, what do you want to do? And then how are you going to do it? So maybe it's, go see the canals in Venice, whatever. Okay, well, that's going to cost some money. What's it going to take? If you want to go do that with your friends when you're in college, take a summer trip, what's it going to cost? What do you have to start saving right now? And if you attach the budgeting, Keith, to the goal setting and turning their minds loose and letting them start to set the things that they really want to achieve in life. And then we just have to communicate with them. Okay, that's not going to just magically happen.
Right.
We have to work towards that. We have to figure out how we're going to get from here to there. And budgeting is it. Now, we don't have to tell them that's what we're doing.
Right.
We can tell them it's just this magical pathway to them achieving their goals and their aspirations. But that's how I would lay it out. It's not a budget. It's a pathway to, what you really desire in life.